Gotta get the bag. Ain't no need to lag, Yeah, gotta chase the bag, ain't no need to lag.
Oh, what's up, and welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab. What's up? Let's make sure my stuff's working. Make sure it came up on Twitter here. All right, so live on Twitter, live on TikTok. I used to go live on TikTok. I gotta stop doing that. God, everything happens like right as soon as I go live. Start getting a bunch of texts and messages on Discord and stuff. Okay, live on TikTok, live on YouTube, as always. I can't remember your name. Isei or something like that. I can't remember. Cujo, right? Cujo. Jake the Snake, get you back in the group. Are you in trouble? Did you get banned for some reason? Anyhow, it's not Isaiah. That's not how you say it. Anyway, so okay. I haven't even started the intro yet. I'm getting sidetracked. If you see this on Twitter, do me a favor and retweet the broadcast. Retweet the yeah, Jake, I don't know, man. Hit up, Beer Money Picks or something like that. I mean, at least could possibly give you a reason. I don't control that. I don't know anything about that. Anyway, if I sweep today, I'm trying to grow, making a massive push to YouTube, trying to do stuff. I feel like I got a little bit of motion. So I'm wanting to try to maximize it. So if you are on Twitter, retweet this broadcast. Doing $25 if we sweep today to somebody that retweets it. So just help me out. Hit the retweet button for me. If you like the show on Twitter, come on over to YouTube where there's additional content. I have shorts. The slap videos, man, going wild right now. I had a slap video get like 10,000 views last night. Been trying to do like NFL highlights, just kind of some fun stuff like that. Honestly, just trying to continue to get some action going and stuff like that. So, pick of the day video, 10K challenge video actually dropped as well. So if you have not seen that, didn't get the notification, you have not checked it out on YouTube, come over to YouTube at Lunchtime in the Lab. I posted the pick of the day video in which is going to be the 10K challenge video today as well. We're starting the 10K challenge up. We've been hitting those pick of the day videos, pick of the day plays at a pretty high rate. So let's give it a shot for the 10K challenge. I know in my heart of hearts, I can't hit a lotto. We all know that. We all know that it's impossible for me to hit a lotto. I know that in order for me to take this channel to the next level, I've got to hit the 10K challenge. So that is what we are going to try to do. But you got Cujo, we got Marcus, Corey, and Justin here. A lot of familiar faces. Appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and share the screen here. Let's see. Man, I got a bunch of, like I said, as soon as this starts up, I got a text from the hospital. They want I gotta fill out more pre-shit. It's like before the appointment starts, you gotta fill out your information, or if you had surgery for, what's your insurance information, all that stuff. This is my third time doing it because insurance keeps canceling the MRI. I'm going to a different hospital that apparently my insurance is a little more friendly with Friday. So I got to go through that. So let me text my wife back real fast, though. Okay. Dude, no way. I can hear it. Sounds like my son is still awake. I got, on Tuesdays, generally the kids are home with me. I I put him down for a nap a while ago. No. All right, that must be the oldest, just making weird noises. Okay. All right, anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. I feel like I had something else to say. Yesterday though, let's see. We went 2-0 yesterday. We swept yesterday. Marco Gonzalez ended up not playing. We had the over on Ty Bush walks at 2.5. He had 2 in the first inning and got his third, I think in the second, maybe the third. Guy ended up walking 7 batters. Boy, was that, I wouldn't say it was a sharp play because it was minus 130, but he had walked 5 against Oakland, and then now he's walked 7 against the Yankees, which we know the Yankees are a great target for it. But obviously, he had a lot of walks in AAA. So, I mean, that was a pretty awesome play. And then we had Taj Bradley over his Ks. That hit, honestly, it felt like pretty easily. Look, I haven't been a K. I even talked about it. I haven't been a K prop dude, but man, like we've been smashing those. Those have been my last 2 couple. And then the Discord. Unfortunately, we ended up going 2-2. So those 2 plays I just talked about were winners in the Discord. I went with Shota and Managa, and one of them I had the Yankees money line, so that would have lost anyway. I feel like it was Shota that had the Yankees money line with it. Shota and Sonny Gray both. Shota and Sonny Gray both got pulled at like 80, between 80 and 85 pitches, uncharacteristic of them. Both those guys throw like almost in the hundreds. It just so happened they were losing. Shota had an error, and that's what gets you sometimes with those out props. Frustrating. It's been a bit of a frustrating August so far. I mean, I'm positive, but not by a lot, not by what I would certainly hope to be. And I just need to go on one of those runs that I generally am known for, whatever. I think I'm up like just 2 units, this month so far, which is certainly better than being negative. I was up 20 units in July. I was up 20 units in June. So, I mean, 40 units in the last, 2 months. Certainly makes up for not having the best positive August, but as long as I finish, positive, even just up 5 units for the month really is just it's not awesome, but I mean, it's certainly better. I just got to remember, like, I got a team behind me. We ain't doing it all myself. I can't be up 20 units every month, or anything like that. We have football coming though here soon. So we'll be going into June, I think, and getting into some stuff. So anyway, let's talk about some plays. I am trying to put together, I'll have in the Discord, I've given out some plays already in the Discord. Some of it's moved. Have some extra plays on here, and then I'm gonna do for the boost builder on FanDuel. I'm gonna do like a hit lotto and take up just one guy from each game to get a hit. We'll do that, and then DraftKings has a 33% 4-leg boost. It's got to be all under minus 200. So I've got like 2 or 3 legs. So if anybody has a leg that you really like and it's under, within that minus 200, I mean, let me know. We can look at it. And I'm trying to put some stuff together for that. But like I said, let's go ahead and get into it. But we can look real quick. Justin was asking about, I've always said Colin Ray, but I was on somebody's stream. I think it was Trent. I was on Trent's stream the other day, and he kept calling him like Raya or something like that. And so maybe I've been pronouncing it wrong. But Ray looks, like it makes sense to me. Ray over 4.5. I don't think I have like a really big opinion on that, to be honest, Justin. I mean, just in general, looking at it, and he's 3 straight games now. He's gone over at 9, 6, and 8. He hasn't faced the Dodgers, at least recently. It looks like he's faced them maybe one time. They struck out against them, a couple times. Dodgers in the last 30 days have struck out actually the 27th highest against right-handed pitchers. But they also do have Mookie back. So you remove one of those bats that was struggling. You bring back Mookie, who looked fantastic yesterday. I think with Mookie in the lineup, it definitely shakes some things up. I mean, you got an Ohtani and Betts and then Freeman as your top three. Mookie does not strike out a lot, so you bring in a guy that's got a really good K, rate or not a good K rate or whatever. Oops. So my answer would be just kind of quickly looking at this. He's over in 3 straight. At home, he's done, pretty good here, over in 6 of 10. Hasn't faced the Dodgers this year. Adding Mookie, though, it scares me. But, I mean, it looks like the over is the right bet, but it's not something that I would, be overly interested in the bet or whatever. Cujo. Oh, man, I'm really trying to remember how to pronounce your first name, and I forget what you said it was. It's Isai, I think you said. Because I've been calling you Isaiah, and that's not right. That honestly was one of the first things I looked at, and I was like, Crawford over, perfect. But the last time I took Crawford over against so this is the bet actually right here that screwed my pick of the day streak. I had 7 in a row. We were going for 8 in a row, and Crawford couldn't make it. He saw and he couldn't get by. He gave up like 5 home runs or something stupid. The dude, Cutter Crawford, has given up an insane amount of home runs right now. I do not trust him. I don't trust him. If in that game, I think the over is a good look because Jose Urena is just garbage. He has been for a while. Pitched for the Rockies, he was terrible. Pitched for the White Sox, he was terrible. Now he's pitching for the Rangers. The Rangers bullpen is pretty torn up too, so they're gonna really need him to go deeper. He goes like 3 or 4 innings. I think Cutter Crawford gets hit again, to be honest. And I'd love for him to bounce back, and I really liked to back him before. But I feel the over is probably the right bet, but because he was right there before. I mean, he was within like an out. I think he couldn't get the last out or something like that. But I mean, they just mashed him. They were teeing off on him, and Cutter Crawford has a home run problem right now. And I just until we know he's solved it, I don't know if I want to mess with him or not. Morton, I thought about that, Chuck. And we'll get to my plays here in a second. Look, if I got interaction in the chat though, I mean that's exactly, that's the kind of stuff that I want. Look, at one point we might be I might be so dang popular that it's gonna be hard to keep up with it. But now I appreciate it. Well shoot, look at his hits, looks pretty good, but I actually looked at this earlier too, Chuck. Like I was all over Morton in the past. I feel like it was like back here when he was like killing it, or maybe like in the middle right here when he was killing it. For the longest, they were just letting him go. They were letting him throw a bunch of pitches. I mean, obviously he just got destroyed against Milwaukee recently. He went, throws, but he throws a good amount of pitches, 90 plus pitches. And there's times where they let him go and he actually gets torn up pretty good. Let's see, against Charlie Morton, Chapman's hit him pretty good. I don't I don't know how to say that for sure either. Minus 200. Wade, not very good. Conforto, pretty good. Carnacion, just faced him twice. Ramos, a couple times. Yaz bats 100 against them. Head to head, he went 16 against them just a little bit ago, so he was unable to get all the way through there. That was on July 4th. He gave up 3 runs there. He walked 2 guys. Charlie Morton's been tough. Like I said, I started to look at that one like earlier and didn't get very far. Their bullpen's like pretty okay. It's one that I don't think I have a whole lot of opinion on, to be honest, Chuck. But if I was looking for an extra leg in a parlay, it might be a pretty good piece for I was talking about that DraftKings boost and stuff. But and let's talk about some of my stuff here, and then I can get back to at the end. I'll ask before we sign off if there's any more questions or anything like that. So let's see. Let's just start from the top. So as you can see here, we got Kikuchi at over 16.5 for plus 100. FanDuel actually has them at minus 130 for 15.5. I actually gave this one out in the Discord pretty early because I thought it was going to move, and it has yet to move. So if you are in the Discord, this is a bit of a, here's some insight to that or whatever. But we have, him at over 15.5 here. Where we at? I might cheat and just pull up the Discord that I did. So Kikuchi, he's gone 2 times now. They act like they don't have a 15.5 listed, so that's all right. We just look at the last 5. Kikuchi got traded, obviously, so we can't look at home versus away splits or anything like that because obviously, like his new home is technically away compared to where he started this year. He went 17 and 16 in his last 2 outings. Here, he's going against Tampa Bay, which he went 17 already. We're able to get him at 15.5 for the minus 130. So I mean, it's 1.3 units is certainly I'm okay playing that instead of the 16.5, as we see that he only went 16 recently. So I'd much rather have that 16.5 than the 15.5 than the 16.5, if that makes sense. Going against the Rays though, he went 17 against just 11 days ago. In their building. Now they're playing in his I'm sorry. He was at home for the Astros and now he's away. But like I said, that really wasn't a away start because it's his new home. If wrap your head around that. 17 outs, he threw 95 pitches. So he's good for 95, 95 to 100 pitches, regularly. But if we look at this game right here, 17 against Tampa Bay, he had 11 strikeouts in this game. 11 strikeouts in this game against Tampa Bay. As you can see, outside of this game that he had against San Francisco, that is his highest, and by a couple strikeouts. He is not known to be a massive, strikeout pitcher by any means. 86 percentile for, his K percentage. And these guys don't strike out, overly a ton anyway. In the last 30 days, the 21st worst. There's 9 other teams that are better or worse than them. But he had 11 strikeouts and he also had 3 walks. So 11 strikeouts and 3 walks, that's a lot of pitches. That's a high pitch count. I don't see him getting 11 strikeouts again. That's just not going to happen. When you have a strikeout pitcher, like Paul Skeens is kind of hard for this too. When you have a strikeout pitcher, they get them to a 1-2, a 1-2 count, an 0-2 count, maybe even a 2-2 count. Like they're throwing junk for a pitcher too. They're throwing something that's not hittable. They're throwing something high, high heat to get them to chase, something in the dirt, something, outside, low and away, like a slider, a curveball away. And they're wasting their pitch count gets higher because they're trying to get that strikeout or whatever. So if this is going to translate to more, soft contact, ground outs, pop outs, everything like that, obviously his pitch count is going to be lower because he's not throwing so many pitches. And obviously if he doesn't walk 3 guys, I mean, 4-0 count, that's 12 pitches right there added on to, no extra outs. A full count obviously that's 15 pitches. That'd be 6 pitches. So anyway, that's what I got for that. We're going to go Kikuchi over 15.5 outs. I do still see him having success. 15.5 is a pretty disrespectful number for the majority of pitchers. And I think Kikuchi falls within that target for me personally. I also think that the strikeouts, there's just no way that he's going to have 11 strikeouts again. That's just not going to happen. Over 5.5, Tim, is that a typo? Because I think he's at 7.5 right now. Yeah, he's at 7.5 right now. So yeah, 5.5 definitely. 7.5. He's done it both games so far, but it seems high. But I mean, the Rays certainly are struggling too. So anyway, we're like to play that over there on FanDuel at 1.3 units. Since we're here, we'll look at this play here. This is another one I gave out in the Discord. Look, some days are going to be like that. Some days aren't. I actually on purpose removed a play. I on purpose removed a play. That way I didn't give all 3 Discord plays to the podcast here. So there's going to be, this play. There's going to be a play on the podcast here that's not in the Discord, and there's going to be plays in the Discord. Obviously, that's not. Discord's going to get the parlays, the lottos, and any additional plays or anything like that. You guys get 3 a day. Sometimes it's Discord plays, sometimes it's not. Football season comes. There's so many options and so many things that I like. It's going to probably be pretty unlikely that you have that you actually get the Discord straights, unless there's something I absolutely just love. And then I turn around and then I'll turn around and during football season, we'll probably, like I said, there's just so much there. The podcast, if you're in the Discord, it'll be beneficial to watch the podcast because then there'll be extra action. But I'll probably run it as like a podcast parlay. So, because there's always like a boost for, a 3-leg parlay that's got to be over plus 400 or something like that, which isn't usually my style. So like I'll run it as a podcast parlay. That way, like members, if they don't have time to watch, they still get the plays, and then you guys get the podcast plays. And then of course there's gonna be like Discord plays, whatever, if that makes sense. But yeah, TJ, I mean, that's definitely a thought, facing them back to back. But I think the Rays have kind of thrown in the towel kind of thing. They got a lot of the younger kids playing and everything. So I think, him playing back to back, he's not going to have as many strikeouts, but I think outs wise, I think he should still be pretty good. And then, yeah, Tim, if you got in on that play early at 5.5, I mean, that was a steal. I mean, you should feel pretty good about what you got there. All right. Anyway, Hunter Green outs, over 17.5 outs. Oops, hold on. I was wanting to. This one is in the Discord too, so I was just gonna cheat and read off of here. Actually, no. Never mind. Hunter Green. I think it's a little surprising that he's at 17.5. I feel like I could see Hunter Green being an 18.5 type pitcher where the books give him more respect. But that's why it's juice though. He's minus 184 on FanDuel, but he's like minus 2 or higher, I think, on DraftKings. So that's why we're going to play it over here on FanDuel. So looking at Hunter Green here, he's over in 6 straight games now to the 17.5. And you can see that he went into the 7th inning against Detroit, Atlanta, and Tampa. So within, 3 of those 6 times he's gone over, he's actually gone well over into the, into the 7th inning. On the year here, he's got a 16 out of 23 or a 70% hit rate. And you can see, he goes on some pretty good streaks here. At home, he's over in 8 of 12 or 67%, and he's over in 3 straight and 5 of his last 6. So a lot of really good things for Hunter Green here. Scrolling down to the bottom here, looking at his pitches thrown, he's thrown 108, 100, 100, 112, 97, and 104. So in those last 6, all those 6 straight that he went over, he threw 100 plus pitches in all but one, and he threw 97 there. So there shouldn't be any of that worry where we talked about Shota and, Sonny getting pulled in like 80 some pitches, like uncharacteristically. I mean, Hunter Green is a bit of a workhorse, goes deep into the game, and, good look here. Actually up top here, look, it looks like it opened at 18.5 and it's come down against a right-handed pitcher down here in this category in the last 30 days, batting average, 18th lowest batting average to right-handed pitchers, 21st lowest on-base percentage. So, the Cardinals have definitely been up and down, trying to just figure out their stuff. They've been up and down. They were pretty well skunked last night. Didn't actually, I can't remember if they scored much or not yesterday, but it wasn't great though. It wasn't great the other day. Here's the last reason that I really like it, above my head here, and hopefully you guys can see this pretty well, but I'll go through it and read it. Wilson Contreras, 6 at bats, bats 167. Arenado, 16 at bats, bats 188. This is against Hunter Green. Paul Goldschmidt, 15 at bats, he bats 133. Gorman, 11 at bats, bats 091. Wynn, 7 at bats, bats 143. Burleson bats a little better, 286. Donovan, 9 at bats, 222. Nuke Bar, 7 at bats, does not have a hit. Walker, dude's been pretty solid. I think he's a rookie, 571. And Tommy, 33 on just 3 at bats. So you can see, though, there is a substantial amount of red here. A K percent here, 37, 66, almost 30, 50, 58, 40. These guys have not had a lot of success at all against Hunter Green. I think not only is it a great look just based off his, what he's been doing. He's going against a team that's not hitting righties all that well, but you look at the history that they have against them, and they have not hit Hunter Green well at all. And then lastly, we got the Diamondbacks plus 1.5. I mean, look, if you have a different juice reducer, by all means, use it. I think, though, that it's a solid look. I liked them yesterday. They didn't score as much yesterday as I thought they would have. They still got the win, but we have the insurance there where we can get, they can lose by 1 and we can still win this bet. But they're going against, Austin Gomber today, who is just, he's not a great pitcher. The Rockies are pretty horrendous away from home. They don't hit very well just in general, and they're certainly not hitting good at home either. But they're facing this Diamondbacks team who, against a left-handed pitcher, which is what Gomber is, the last 30 days, they have the second best batting average, second based on base percentage, fifth highest on OPS, fifth highest WRC. And on the year, they own the number 1 batting average against left-handed pitchers. So this is a team that hits lefties just incredibly well. They're going against a lefty away from home where he's just not good really regardless. And then their bats generally just struggle a lot away from home too. You come here, dude. What do you want? You want to dance? I'm not going to come out there and dance. I'm almost done, bud. Anyway, second play, we're going to ride this. It was plus money in the Discord, 1.01 units will get us there. So that's our second play here. Before we get into the third, where's my mouse? What's going on? Before we get into the third play, if you're on mobile, desktop, whatever, do me a favor, like this video. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Like I said, trying to make the push, trying to do what I can to continue to grow. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? We have, if you're watching on Twitter here, come on over to YouTube, hit me a subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss out on any content. I did stream back to back to Twitter today. However, I don't usually go live on Twitter all the time. So make sure you give me a subscribe there, please. And then if you're on Twitter, you follow me on Twitter at LiveJoeBets. I'll pull the thing up here in a second. Right here. That's my Twitter. Retweet this broadcast, and the people that do so, well, I'll pick somebody. If we sweep today, I'm going to give somebody $25 for just retweeting this broadcast here. We got, 18 retweets and, the 28 minutes or something like that. And obviously we'll have more. But just a way to kind of continue to broadcast and share the show or whatever, so. Because with that will come, football season. I had mentioned before when we do, Ty and myself, D-Rock, I believe, possibly as well from Beer Money Picks. Chief, I know has been involved with some of that stuff. We'll do like a Saturday morning, hopefully podcast of some sort for, and college football, maybe something Sunday morning for NFL. And it's going to be myself and Ty. I mean, we're going to be a hell of a duo. I mean, we were, what's up? We're going to be pretty good in football, pretty good football crew. But anyway, what I'm getting at though, is that content likely to be, on YouTube, so, we're going to be good, man. We're going to be good. Me and Ty go back, to the old Discord. We used to be killing it back then. He came over to Beer Money Picks. I stayed in the old Discord and, stayed there, did my thing. We used to collab. We used to kind of go back and forth. Super smart guy. I think there's going to be a lot of collabs, a lot of good, got a lot of good action and stuff like that. So, first time here. So that, hey, it's working then, right? So I'm on Twitter, trying to get some more action. That's the goal. JV at Lunchtime in the Lab on YouTube. If you got an account, do me a favor, come on over and subscribe to it. We're live every day. Well, Monday through Friday at 11:30. We're doing, we give out some plays, everything like that here. But I don't stream every day to Twitter. Only like 2 or 3 times a week. Big E, let's get this third play out of the way, and I'll come back to that if you want to hang out. So I've got like the group chat is like going off right now. All right, sorry. Just trying to help out. Somebody's asking me a question. Okay, we're gonna go with my boy Scooball here. Over 18.5 minus 110. I think it's a really fair line. It's a difficult one. This is a hard bet to take. This is something I usually stay away from. Sometimes I'll go with the under 18.5 if it's like recently it was on Sunday, I think. I really liked Christopher Sanchez. He was away, so he hasn't been pitching very good away. I was gonna take him under 17.5, man. He was at like plus money, plus 110 or something like that. I was kind of looking around on the books, and Fanatics had him at under 18.5. And I was like, man, no way. Like, I'm gonna jump over that. I put it with the juice reducer. We ended up winning. The 17.5 hit anyway, but that's how I usually play it. But I mean, he's been fantastic. Like I said, priced at minus 110. I think that's pretty fair because it is a little bit of a tall order or whatever, right? I mean, we're asking him to get one out into the 7th inning. Not all pitchers are guaranteed, to go that deep, but he has been, pretty damn solid here recently. If we look at him at home this year, he's over this in 9 of 11 starts at home, which is just incredible, really. And you can see against the Dodgers, he went just 6 innings, which is still, pretty good, obviously. Against the Twins, he did struggle against the Twins. However, Detroit still won that game, but you all know how I feel about the Twins. I like that offense. But he does so really, really effectively. Like he's throwing 95 pitches. He threw 100. So his pitch count was high. He threw 101 pitches to get him through the 6th inning here. That's why he didn't come out. But you can see he went into the 7th inning, went 95, went a full 7, went 96, a full 7 at 91, 95 pitches up to 20. I think he's got a really good look here. He's going against a team that Seattle he just faced. This is a situation where I got confused on Kikuchi earlier, I think. He just faced Seattle away on the 7th, which is 6 days ago. I usually do want to fade a pitcher in this situation where it's like almost a back-to-back start. But look, Seattle Mariners are struggling. The Mariners have traded away a lot of talent. They're playing a lot of rookies. They're playing a lot of young guys, trying to get some looks. The season's over. Detroit, at home, this guy's been fantastic. He already went 21 just recently against them here, and I'm honestly not nervous that it's a back-to-back start. I think he's going to continue the success. Like Big E says, he likes his Ks. I mean, he had 9 Ks against them. He's gone over his Ks here in 5 out of his last 6 starts here. He's been great. He's been fantastic. He's been good. We look at his stats here as a team. The Mariners versus a lefty, on the year, I mean, there's only 30 teams in the MLB, dead last batting average, dead last batting average balls in play. Batting average balls in play, that means that they put it into play, right? They hit a fair ball that's turning into an out at the highest rate. 94th percentile for K percent, 97 percentile for whip. In the last 30 days, they have the second to last batting average, lowest batting average, 27th on base percentage, 28th OPS. Looking at walks, I mean, look, Max 2 walks all year, so we don't have to worry about him walking a lot of guys. It's tough. It's a bit of a tall order, but I think it's priced good, and the Mariners are struggling just a lot, and I think it's a really good look for his 18 and a half here to go over the 18 and a half. So I think it's going to be a good one for us here. Yeah, so he just Scooble had 8 Ks and 5 of his last 6 starts, including 9 for the same Mariners team last Wednesday. Mariners have struck out more than any other team in MLB this season. Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good there. So now's the time. I'll get to Biggie. We'll look at Luis Ortiz here in a second. Now's the time. If you guys do have any additional questions, if any other plays that you wanted to have a look at or anything like that, let me know, please. To recap, we're going to go with Kikuchi, but it's 15.5 on FanDuel at minus 130. So we're taking 15.5 for Kikuchi on FanDuel. We're going with Tariq Skubal here over 18.5 outs. And over here on FanDuel, we're doing Hunter Green over 17.5 outs and the Diamondbacks at plus 1.5. It comes out to minus 101. Those are the 3 plays for the day. Don't forget to check out the pick of the day, aka also the step 1 of the 10K challenge that we are going to attempt to do again. So I posted that video already. That is on my YouTube. So make sure you check that out for me. If you've and obviously it's one of these plays, but check it out. At least open it up and just play it through. It's 3 minutes long. All right, but yeah, we can look at this one real quick. Like I said, I've got, at least like, I don't know. It seems like I got 2 or 3 possible 4, of some plays that I like for this boost on DraftKings. That's got to be a 4-leg. So, Charlie Morton earlier, Chuck, if you're still in here, that's a thought. I did kind of like what I seen on some of that stuff. How do we feel about Luis Ortiz over 2.5 earned runs? Oh, I can't. Okay. Padres are hot. Is it juiced? Because that, looks great, actually. He just faced San Diego and gave up 4. Obviously, like we said, the advantage normally goes to the pitcher. The Padres on the year have the highest batting average. In the last 30 days, it's the 4th highest. On base percentage is 7th highest. Minus 135. That's not bad. I like that. Honestly, that might be a leg for my parlay that I'm going to do. I like that one. I do like that. I'm a Padres fan right now. Padres have been hitting the ball pretty good. 571, 333. Machado didn't play yesterday. I don't know if he's hurt or not. That certainly kind of takes away from some stuff there, but yeah, the only fear is anytime I'm on earned runs, I feel like I get screwed with like an error or something like that, and it gets you. But at the same time though, I've had it where, you got a guy who walks the bases loaded, gets yanked, and then the next guy comes in and gives up a home run. Those count, for your pitcher, so you kind of get the benefit from like both sides or whatever. I like it. I do like that. All right. Does anybody have anything else? We're at 40 minutes. Look, this is about perfect. This is what we've been trying to. This is what I try to do. Just normal rest. All right, cool. So they'll come back stronger then. All right. We'll give it. I know there's a bit of a delay. I know, so we'll give it a second. once I didn't have a whole lot going on today. I kind of got plays out early. I'm gonna go. We had our first t-ball practice with my son yesterday, and I mean he's so small. He's the youngest. He's the youngest. His birthday falls weird. I mean he just turned 4 really. I mean 2 months ago, and there's some like 5.5 year olds and stuff. So like, they've played before, and he really doesn't know what he's doing, and he's still a baby. Still my baby. But he's chasing the ball around, doesn't really understand what's going on. I mean, he hits pretty good, but what's going to take him to go practice some like ground balls and just practice like how to run the bases and stuff like that probably today. So it didn't hit. That's good, Chuck. That's good. I didn't pay attention to it, honestly. Gaussman. Who's he playing? That dude, like, boy, he fell off, huh? Oh, the Angels. Gaussman's not a lefty, is he? Gaussman. No, I wouldn't mess with it. I'm only backing the Angels against lefties. They're good against lefties. Gaussman should have enough in the tank to, have an okay outing. It's not something I'm interested in, honestly. My opinion is I only take the Angels against lefties, and not overly often either. All right. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna close it out. If you guys do have any questions or anything like that, I'm always available on Twitter. Fairly regularly available. Sometimes stuff goes to my like junk and I miss it. But hey, look, just from like the whole like, hey, retweet this or whatever, like I got like 8 new followers on Twitter just from this just now. So that's cool. Appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys back tomorrow.